house today and early this morning, and she was found deceased in her house.
No.
The man you see here is David Carrillo, a killer whose ex-girlfriend was found riddled with bullets just hours ago. And David will do his best to act innocent, but little does he know, his victim recorded her own murder.
And there was a 911 call. And in that 911 call, she says you're at her house.
David, why did you do this? Why? Stop!
It wasn't a drug deal. It wasn't anything else. David, you were there.
On April 18, 2015, dispatch in Lubbock, Texas received a call for a domestic violence report, but they did not expect the kind of horrors they were about to hear.
David, stop, please. It's not working. How is this working?
All right.
How is this working? David, why did you do this? Why? Stop. You're talking here right now. What is your problem? You don't want to be in this. You love this family, right? Stop.
By the time that officers arrived at the caller's home, they discovered a horrific sight. In the bedroom were two dead bodies, one of 27-year-old Jennifer Cruz and the other of her boyfriend, 30-year-old Albert Bo Martinez, both of whom had been shot in the head. There were clear signs of a break-in as a back door was damaged. However, this was anything but a robbery gone wrong. An alarm panel directly in front of the front door displayed a flashing "alarm canceled." A message like this meant that the intruder knew the password to the alarm and disabled it on purpose. Moreover, no belongings were stolen from the home. Whoever this was only broke in with the intent to murder. And finding this mystery suspect was easier than imagined. On the call, Jessica was heard referring to a David. Looking into her past, she was involved for several years with a lover called David Carrillo just a year before this incident. In fact, he was the biological father of Jennifer's children. David was shortly taken into custody from his home as detectives only had one question looming over their heads. Why would an ex-lover only show up a year later to murder Jennifer and Bo, ruining the lives of his own children? The following footage of David's interview has been provided to us by the Lubbock, Texas Police Department, and it will capture one of the worst performances in interrogation history.
Well, I appreciate you agreeing to come in and talk to us today. We're just going to basically talk about just some history. Your cell phone, do you have it with you?
No, it's at my house.
At your house, and what was your home address? What kind of phone is it?
That's a Samsung 4. No 4. No 4.
And do you know your phone company? Is it AT&T or is it Sprint? Okay, and do you have any children?
Yes, I have 2.
And who's the mom to the children?
Jennifer Cruz.
And how long have you known her?
I'm 29, so I've known her since I was 15, 14 years.
And she's mom to both the children? Does she have any other children?
No, I was with her for 12 years.
12 years. And the reason that you're here today is that we do want to talk to you about Jennifer. We went to her house today and early this morning, and she was found deceased in her house.
No.
Yes, and that's why you're here. We need to talk to you.
That's
and,
not
and
true.
give you that information.
No. What?
We just kind of want to talk to you about, y'all's relationship, how long you've known her. You're not in custody. You're not under arrest for anything. You don't have any warrants or anything. Since we are usually we talk to the person closest to them. I do need to read you some information for us to continue talking, okay? And I know you probably need some time to kind of process it. Because I know you're probably going to want to know some information, and we can give you some information, and then you maybe help us with this case, okay? Do you understand? And we'll just go through some history with you, okay? Let's get through this so we can get through some more, okay? Get some more, maybe we can figure out some of them. Maybe you can answer some questions for us about what was going on in our life, okay?
With this kind of horrible acting, it's almost like David's next sentence is about to be, "My dog stepped on a bee." Clearly, he has no remorse for what just happened, and will continue to do his best to convince detectives that he is just a hurt ex-lover as they question him about his relationship with Jennifer.
Let's kind of go through, you said you've known her all your life, right? Or since, let's kind of go through that, okay? How did y'all meet? And just take your time, okay? We're just here to try and get this all figured out, okay?
I think it was at a quinceañera.
How old were y'all?
I think I was like 14 and she was like 12, I think. I think it was like a year old.
Did y'all meet her in Lubbock?
No, she's from Brownfield, and I'm from Meadow. We were friends at first. And then we kind of got together like a year later. After we would see each other around like at quinceañeras and parties and stuff like that. And I've known her for a long time. I can't remember. I know I was at a quinceañera. I remember.
Okay. So y'all dated and through school?
Yeah. Well, I'm not too sure. I think I was maybe 17. I think when we started dating. I think we were friends for a few years. For about 3 years. Two or 3 years.
When did y'all start living together? Or did y'all get married? Were y'all ever married? No?
I think we were 19 or 18. She was living with her mom because I had went to jail, I think, when I was 17. She was pregnant with my daughter. I went to jail because my brother had got raided, and I happened to be there at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I spent in jail for 4 months, and I got out when I was like in January, around when I turned 18, like on February 16th or 6th. And she was. I had my daughter in May. February, so she was about 6 months. She was 6 months with my daughter. She was 6 months with my daughter, and then I got out, I had to get my license, and I had to hurry up and get a job, and they took my truck away, and the truck that it got impounded.
Describe y'all's relationship when it was good. Whenever y'all, did y'all ever, did the police ever have to come to your house? Was there ever any police reports filed in Brownfield or Meadow or anywhere where y'all lived or here in Lubbock?
Never. I've never heard her. I've never hit her. I've cheated on her a lot when I was younger. I hurt her real bad doing that. But I stopped like when I was 26. It was 25, 26. I started getting older, and I was like, man, I can't be doing this to her.
But y'all never argued, never had any.
We'd
ever...
argue here and there, but it would never be physical. Never, I'll never hit her. Never hit her, ever.
Did y'all ever have to call the police to y'all's house?
Mm-mm. The only time she had called them is when we were split up and I was trying to get my stuff and she wasn't letting me get my stuff, and I got upset and I broke my TV because she didn't want to give me my TV. He was like, well, you can have it. I'm like, but other than that, he let us go. I'm like, I'm just here to get my stuff. I still got stuff over there. I still got tools. I still got painting stuff. I still got my car out there. My car in the back. I think I still have my gun out there.
What kind of gun was it?
It was a Glock 40. I think it's still in the little container.
What color container was it in?
It's black.
Do you remember where you left it in the house?
It's in. I know I took my shotgun, but I left that behind. I don't know why. I think it's because I stopped working for Loomis. That's when I was carrying it. I had that commission license. I think it's where the air conditioner unit's at. I think. I don't know if it's still there.
Is it a closet? Or are you talking about a closet? Or?
Yeah, it's like a little. It's a little two-door, and I think I had it right there. I think I had it stashed.
David just admitted to owning a Glock 40, which is important for a very specific reason. Close to the bodies of the victims in the bedroom, 2 .40 caliber shell casings were discovered. Not only that, but an empty Glock 40 caliber gun case was found in one of the home's closets. Worst of all, just a day prior to the shooting, a witness came forward to tell officers that David had requested to buy a silencer from him. Stitching this evidence together with David's past with Jennifer, he likely suffered from feelings of extreme jealousy over her and couldn't stand seeing her with anyone else. This is ironic, considering David had commitment issues and cheated on her constantly, which he just admitted to. Something to note, however, is that shortly after they split, Jennifer had custody of the kids, but they could still see their father every Thursday, unfortunately. This means that 2 days prior to the murder, David would have visited his kids, which gives officers an easy line of questioning they can leverage to approach his interactions with Jessica.
So Thursday, what time did you pick up the kids on? You said you had the kids on Thursday?
Yeah, they get out at 3:20.
You said it's Stewart Elementary?
Mm-hmm.
And then, were the kids in school on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you
My
took them.
like, I go in at 6 so I can get off at 3 in order to get them. So I have my mom take them.
On Friday morning?
Yeah, Friday morning. So I'm able to get out at 3 and go pick them up. That's the only way I can do it.
Okay. So,
'Cause I usually go in at, it's supposed to be 7 to 4, but I told my supervisor, I don't have to go in early to get off early and get my kids.
so did the children spend the night with you or with your mom on Thursday?
Well, my mom.
With your mom? That way she could take them to
Yeah,
school, you could
then
go
I
ahead
get
and go to
them.
work. Okay. And so you were at home on 100th Street on Thursday night, and then you go to work until 3 on Friday. You go to work 6 to 3, and then at 3:30 or at 3:20 you pick up your
Yeah.
2 children.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, what'd y'all do after that?
Went to Walmart, I think.
Okay, which Walmart did y'all go to?
The one on South Loop 289.
About what time were y'all there?
I know I poured gas. Four, maybe?
So right after, pretty much.
Yeah.
When was the last time you spoke to Jennifer Cruz?
I think it was Thursday.
Did you talk to her face to face, or did you
On
talk
the
to her on
phone.
the phone?
Yeah. She was saying something about her new boyfriend. I guess he got out of prison or what. He's been threatening me. And I told her, you need to tell him to stop already, man. I was like, he messaged me saying that I requested his mom on Facebook. I'm like, I don't even know your mom. I don't care. It was like, me and Jennifer have been split up already since August, so I don't know how long that is. And that's good for y'all. Yeah, we might have had some words. He threatened me with the gun, and I'm like, well, I got guns too, but I was trying to
When
scare.
did he threatened who with a gun?
He did.
He threatened you?
Yeah.
How did he threaten you? Was it on
On a
face to face?
No, Messenger. And
Through Facebook?
yeah,
or?
through Facebook. I told him I got a gun too, and I posted. I just gave him a little picture of my old gun when I had one of my old pictures.
Of the 40?
Yeah, the 40. And I wasn't gonna do anything. I was like, man, just leave me alone already, man. And then he texted me the next day. Why you requesting my mom? I was like, I don't know.
So he actually sent you a text message?
No, Facebook.
Facebook?
And that's when I called Jennifer and I was like, hey, what's going on here? I was like, what are y'all doing? I was like, what is this problem? I mean, come on. I don't know the guy. Yeah, I know he's from Brownfield.
Do you know his name?
Bo, I think, Martinez. I don't know his real name. And all I know, he was a drug dealer, I guess, big time drug dealer.
This is not entirely false. Albert Bo Martinez did serve time in prison for dealing drugs, which could justify David's fears that Bo was endangering his children. However, this is completely blown out of the water by the fact that Bo had left this life behind and was known to be working towards a better future, as this statement from his sister shows. Ironically enough, even David himself served time for selling drugs. So considering this not-so-stellar performance, he is only leveraging bogus accusations to push for his own innocence, and he will use a similar technique from here on out, as he tries to explain the damage from the break-in at Jennifer's house.
When's the last time you've been to the house there on 44th Street?
I went there Thursday. Remember when I was telling you I
You
had to
looked
go
at the car?
Yeah, because she had, I don't know if she texted me or called me. I think she called me. She's like, well, oh man, I don't know what she told me. She told me something else, and she's like, well, you need to come get your car because they're going to give me a fine if you don't move it. And I think because the tarp was already blown off because of the wind and the rain. I was like, okay, you know, I'll try to get it out by this weekend. That's what I told her.
So that was the last time you were near the house?
Did you ever go into the house on that day? Did you notice any damage to the house on that day that was strange to you, or?
Not that she has an alarm on her,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Does the alarm work? Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
And what kind of an alarm system is it? Is it
Just a-
surveillance?
No,
or
it's just a basic. You type it in.
with
Do
the
you still have
alarm?
the code?
No, she changes everything. Sometimes Jennifer's real forgetful. She would just she would leave the doors open, and like the front window, you can go through the front window.
It's unlocked, or?
No, it's like it's one of the old school doors where the windows where it slides up and it has like a little lock there. You can go through that dang thing. I was like, you need to fix that. I was like, anybody can come in here while y'all asleep. So I never got that fixed because I couldn't never find the piece to. I really didn't. I should have tried more to try to get that piece, but I never really did. I was too busy trying to paint the house and make it look nice. And I was building a deck, a patio deck in the back, and I just, it wasn't even in my head to even integrity.
So, when the police got over there this morning, and SWAT's sitting out there, and SWAT took you out of your house, what did you think? Because that is not a normal occurrence.
I've had that done before.
You have? And
When I got
what happened when you were taken out of your house by SWAT the last time? Why did they have to do that?
when my brother got busted.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, I really.
So what was your thought this time?
Drugs again.
Okay.
I heard Jennifer thought I was a drug dealer.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not selling no drugs, man.
Why did she think you were dealing drugs?
Because everybody, some guy named, I don't know his name, but he's like, she invited me a while back to her house. I was like, what's going on? I was like, what are you doing? She was questioning me like, what are you talking about? I heard you were selling drugs. I was like, selling drugs? I mean, that's what I went to jail the first time. My brother's in prison for years for that. Why would I do something like that? I told her, I was like, I work hard. She's like, I heard different. It's like, I heard you're selling drugs for Rex. I'm like, well,
Which brother is in the penitentiary for drugs?
my brother Michael.
Okay. Is he older or younger than you are?
He's older.
Okay. So you believe that it was probably a drug-related thing that Jennifer had called into the police, and that's why the SWAT guys were there and had asked you to come out of the home?
Yes, man, it scared the hell out of me.
Keep in mind that David has been talking to detectives for nearly an hour, yet not once has he asked a single question about Jennifer, and most shockingly, about his own children's well-being. After losing their mother, you would think that a father would be concerned about this. Morbidly, the only thing that David feels right now is satisfaction, satisfied that he has taken revenge on Jennifer for moving on and living her best life, something that the following conversation will prove.
Now, in talking about, you said his name is Bo, is that correct? And we talked about him for just a little bit. You said he'd actually sent you some messages on Facebook. You guys had messaged back and forth. Would you be able to actually show us that particular, all those messages
I know
that you guys went through with each other?
the first messages I deleted, and then I was like, man, you know what? I deleted them. Then Thursday, he texted me again. I'm like, this guy. And the first message is like, why are you trying to request my mom on Facebook? He's like, if you need to know something about me, you need to come to my face. Stop being a female about it. And that upset me.
Okay. That was Thursday.
That was Thursday, and we're going back and forth. And
So when you say you go back and forth, what did he says? Come to my face. What do you tell him? Do you remember? Do you say, yeah, I'll meet you somewhere, or I don't need to do that, or?
I really don't remember what I told him, but he's like, I was talking so much crap.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want Jennifer. I was like, you can have her, and I was disrespecting her.
And when you say disrespecting her, how were you disrespecting her?
Like I don't want her, and this is wrong with her, and this is what's wrong with her about this, and I got something better. I got my girlfriend. I got me something, and it was so much. I was so upset because I'm trying to wash cars, and this guy's over here texting me about something I don't know. I'm like, who's your mother? And he never asked me. He never answered me. And that's when I told you I called Jen, and she was like, what? So you need to stop requesting his mom. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, who is his mom? I was like, I don't know who his mom is. I was like, why are y'all acting like this? I was like, you can have him. I was like, we've been split up for I don't know how long. I thought you were with someone else. What are you doing? Whose is it? Which one is it? And she just hung up on me.
So was there a feeling during the last month, since you guys have been having sex and kind of hooking up, that maybe that you guys could get back together and repair it?
Yeah, man, there's so much damage there.
You think it was beyond repair?
I hurt her so bad.
Do you y'all were just having sex and that was about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And shoot.
You said you hurt her real bad. Was that when you left her, or?
Yeah, I left her.
Because she stayed with you when you cheated on her, right?
Yeah, she did. She would leave like for a week or two or come back. Not months, like these two past times.
It is improbable that David was the one being attacked in this conversation for two major reasons. Firstly, one of Jennifer's ex-boyfriends testified that David had threatened his life over text messages, so doing the same to a new lover, Bo in this case, would not have been unusual. Secondly, if Bo really was the one to initiate these threats, then why did David delete the texts? He knew that those messages would make him look guilty and tried to erase any trace of them. David likely thinks that clumsy lies like this can save him. However, the detectives have had enough of this behavior and moved to more objective methods to prove his guilt.
Let me ask you this: when you said you didn't have didn't have your Glock at your house, right? When is the last time you fired a weapon, like a gun, like that, or your shotgun, any kind of?
I've never shot my shotgun before. I shot that Glock when I was taking the test for Loomis.
So it's been a while since. So right now you haven't shot a gun in the last 24 hours.
No.
No. We have a test that we need to do on your hand, and that will just show if you fired a gun. Okay. We'll do that right now if you don't mind. We'll go get someone that way. Just stay right there. They'll come to you.
Right now, this detective left to get a crime scene technician in order to conduct a gunshot residue test, or GSR, on David. A GSR test is used to detect the presence of gunpowder and can give results between a range of 3 to 50 centimeters. If positive, this could play a role in incriminating David. However, if he has washed his hands, then it is unlikely that this test will be useful. In either case, this only makes David panic more, as he believes this can convict him, and this detective in the white shirt will do his absolute best to compound on the pressure built because of the GSR.
I'm not sure how familiar you are with investigations. There's a ton of stories on TV, but basically when you have a deceased person like Jennifer in this case, she's in the middle, right? And then we work closest and we eventually will work out. Okay, you're probably the closest person to her that we could identify the quickest. Okay, so that's why you're here. We're trying to get every last bit of information that we possibly can that can lead us to who would do this. Okay, so doing a test on your hands is great for us, because the faster that we can move off of anybody, the faster we can go and move on to another person. Do you understand what I'm saying? What we're actually trying to do is exclude as many people as we can, because at the end of that time period, the only people left, or the only person left, we won't have any choice but to include them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, we talk to you, we ask you questions, we want to know, where were you at during these times? Tell us about your movements. Tell us about people that can verify information. We do all that so we can gather all that information and exclude you from the equation and move on. Okay? So, if you have any questions, you can ask. I don't know about how much information that Detective Pena can release at this time, because it's an active investigation. It's only hours old. Okay? But everything that she does ask you or anything that I happen to ask you, please just be as honest and forthright as you can and as detail-oriented as you can. Okay, I know it's a big shock to find out what happened, but the more information and details that you can give us, the better, because that's going to help us narrow down the field of who may be responsible for this, okay?
Okay. This is Detective Lindley.
Go.
After conducting a GSR test, detectives decide they've had enough of David's lies as they begin to confront him head-on with the presence of the 911 recording, something that will make David give a full confession.
You need to be totally honest with me. You know, we started working this case at 3 in the morning, okay? And there was a 911 call. And in that 911 call, she says you're at her house, okay? That needs to be explained by you. That's why I asked you so specifically, when was the last time you've been there? Because in the 911 call, she's calling your name and saying put the gun down. And it's all recorded. You know, you've been very cooperative with us, but right now is the time that you need to tell the truth. You know, on what happened, and Bo's also dead. You know that, okay? It wasn't a drug deal. It wasn't anything else. David, you were there, okay? Now, as to why you were there, that's what you have to explain. I went back and listened to that 911 call, and she's saying, David, put the gun down. David, it's not worth it. I listened to it. It's all recorded. And it's not worth it over the relationship. You don't want me no more. All that's on, it's all recorded. So we know that you were there. Now, David, it's time for you to tell us what really happened. You know, I've been up front with you, you know, from the beginning. I said we need to talk to you about her. What happened, David?
He threatened me.
Okay. And tell me what happened at 3 in the morning when we got that 911 call. Tell me from the beginning to the end what happened. Just in your words. This is your story to tell, you know. Which vehicle were you in when you went over there? The Dodge. And where was Jennifer when you got there?
In the room.
Which room?
Her room.
Her room. Where was Bo?
There.
And then what happened?
An escalator.
Where did you have the gun? Did you get it? Did you take it with you?
Yeah.
Where's the gun right now?
It's by the old CVS. On the loop. In the trees.
And where?
By the trees.
By the trees?
By the trees. Down the street lights.
Tom Street. Oh, okay, off of Marshall Sharp Freeway. It's that abandoned building right next to Tom Street place. What side of the building, partner? Is it closest to Marshall Sharp or closest to 34th?
Marshall Sharp.
Okay. Is there anything else with that gun? Do you have, is the magazine with it?
I think so.
Okay.
Where's your clothing? you were wearing? Were you wearing these clothing or something else?
I was wearing those.
So where about would the gun be if I need to, we need to go get it so no kids or no one gets it, okay? Where would we, if we wanted to go straight to that gun, is it inside the building? Is
No,
it
it's just stashed behind the trees. Where the gate's at, there's a gate, there's some trees where it ends before it first starts.
You say a gate?
I think there's a gate, driveway, there's a gate, there's trees, and it's right there.
Is the magazine with it?
I think so.
I appreciate your honesty. I mean, I really do. I mean, it's very, this is, I saw it on your face, you know, but describe, you see them in the house, you're inside the room. Did you go in the bedroom? And then you said it escalated. Tell me what happened in your words.
He came at me.
How did he come at you?
He got up and just came. Shot him.
And what did Jennifer do?
Same thing.
The moment this 911 call is mentioned, you visibly see David going red and panicking, likely thinking he should get a refund for those acting classes he took. Now he will try to fall back to self-defense as his last hope of proving his innocence. However, this claim is easily dismantled from the audio recording alone. It is difficult to tell without video, but neither Jessica nor Bo showed any kind of aggression. Rather, they were pleading for David to stop as he unloaded on them in cold blood.
So why'd you go to the house?
I was gonna confront him. Tell him why is he threatening me.
How far were you from Bo when you shot him? Do you remember?
Not far, 5 feet away.
Do you remember where he was shot at?
I'm scared.
You were scared? How about Jennifer? Do you know how many times you shot her?
I don't know. That's scared.
So after you shot both of them, was there anyone else in the house? Anybody else with you? Does your friend know? Does she know what happened? Did you tell anyone?
Wasn't supposed to happen that way.
And a lot of times when this happens, you know, do you remember their words? Any other words that they said to you? Did y'all have any kind of conversation before you got there? Had you called her? Called him? Had you texted? Any conversations between you and them? Well, I'm gonna go tell them where to locate the gun, okay? That way no one gets hurt with it. And I'll be right back, okay? Will you still give us consent for your residence in your cars? It's up to you. Yeah. We'll come back and talk, okay?
You had told us that you had your Glock 40 in that house, and we've gone over that extensively, but we now know that there's a good chance that you had it all the time. Is that correct?
No.
When did you,
I've had it for a few months.
Okay. Is that the same weapon that you used? Okay. How did you enter the home? Do you remember?
A window.
A window? Okay. Is that the same window you told me about?
No, there's another window.
Okay. And when you entered the window, how did you open the window to enter the residence?
It just punched up.
Okay. Did you do anything to try to prevent yourself from leaving a fingerprint or any trace of yourself? Or Was that a concern at the time?
When it escalated, yeah.
Okay. So, your intention on going over there was to what, sir?
Just to scare him.
Okay. Do you have the weapon on your person? On you? Okay. When you entered the home, how far did you have to go before you made contact with Jennifer and Bo?
Far.
Okay. Who made contact first, you or them?
He did.
He did? Okay. Did he come out of the bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there?
Well, I went into the bedroom and he got up real fast and
Just happened that
happened,
quick?
well,
Were they laying in bed or were they?
yeah, they're laying in bed, I guess.
What was he wearing? Do you remember? Did he have a weapon at the time?
I'm not too sure.
Okay. Did you, as soon as you saw him, did you just go ahead and shoot at him? Okay. What happened when you saw him?
I was telling him, I was like, why are you threatening me and this and that?
Did you see when she called 911? Did you tell she was calling 911?
Yeah, but I didn't. She said it wasn't activated.
Why did you shoot her?
I don't know. Mind went blank.
David doesn't know it, but he is his own greatest enemy because of the statements he just made, which show this situation to be anything but self-defense. Not to mention the evidence from the crime scene. While Jennifer was discovered shot on the bed, Bo's body was found face down close to the washroom in the northwest corner of the bedroom. This meant he was likely trying to run away, not threaten David.
Had there been anyone that you talked to that you said you were going to do this or go confront them that could say that he was just going to go talk to them? Did you talk to anyone about that? Did you tell your brother, I'm going to go talk to him?
Yeah. No, I just told my brother he's threatening me.
You said you were talking to Prieto, or what's his name, Nieto?
Yeah.
Did you talk to him about anything that was going on? That he, so you told your brother he'd been threatening you. Did you tell anybody else?
I don't know.
And you didn't talk to her at all that day? You didn't talk to Jennifer at all? And you said it was the old CVS over there by Slide. You said it's about some trees. Did you go by yourself when you dropped that off, or? Do you remember were they both shot in the bedroom, or were they shot in the living room or another room? No. There was evidence that the back door had been kicked in. Do you remember? Do you remember how you got in, or did you really get it through? So had there been damage to that door before? Which window did you go in? Did you already explain which window?
You said a back window.
Where did that window lead to?
Back room.
The room they slept in? No, a different room. How did you, was it window unlocked, or was it? So you just slid it open and entered? Do you remember where you had the gun on you?
I had it on
Like, were you carrying it in? You said you were wearing these same clothes?
pants.
Pants? Where are the pants at right now?
Not my suitcase.
In your vehicle, in your red car?
leave the residence?
Back door.
Did you go through the back gate?
Where did you park when you got there?
Other side of the street.
On the side, would it been on
45th.
45th? And you walked up? What made you decide to do that tonight, to go there tonight to confront him?
Thoughts in my head, just sometimes it's just I don't know if I need help or I don't know if I'm bipolar or what. She was always telling me if I'm bipolar, you're always bipolar, always acting crazy. Not acting crazy, but just flip out.
Had you ever heard anyone before? Ever? Well, they're gonna call me as soon as if we need to. Would you show us where that gun is? If we need to transport you there to show us exactly where it is, would you do that for us? I think you think they can find it pretty easily with the information you gave us.
Just look at the trees.
I'm sorry.
Just
By the trees.
Yeah, just the trees. In the back. It's kind of buried.
You know, it takes a lot to explain what happened. A lot of times people get scared even when they talk to us. I appreciate you talking to us and that we can bring closure because, you know, your children are going to need some help from this, okay? They're going to need some closure. And the first thing that you did is you took that step today, okay? I know it's hard, and I know that it takes a very big person to be able to sit here and admit to. A lot of people won't stand up for what happened, you know. But the ones we're concerned about too is, you know, right now your children are finding out that their mom is gone, and
That's not right.
yes, sir, you know, and we want to, you know, concentrate on them and do what's best for them, you know. And today, you know, you brought some closure for them to be able to heal a little bit and start healing. It's a long process, though, you know. And I know you love your children. You've done a lot for your children. You explained that to us. But, you know, they're going to have to deal with the aftermath of this, okay? We'll get on some counseling and make sure that they're taken care of too, okay? Do you have any questions for us, Jeremy?
At what point did you decide tonight that you needed to go over to the house?
Same night. Same day.
Okay. We talked pretty extensively about you going to your mom's house, y'all eating dinner, you made a couple of phone calls from there, you drove around the South Loop because you were under stress. Is all of that information true? Okay. You said that you drove around till about 11:30 or so, you returned to your house. Did you, in fact, go back to your house about 11:30 or midnight, or, okay. At what point did you leave your residence to travel to Jennifer's house?
What?
When did you leave your house to go to Jennifer's? Do you remember?
Did you just drive straight from your house there? Or did you, you know, drive around, sit in your car for a little bit thinking about what you were doing? You just went straight. You don't remember. You said you were wearing some pants. You said they were in a suitcase. Was there any other clothing that you were wearing What kind of shoes were you wearing? Sorry,
No,
I forgot to ask that.
It's regular shoes.
When you say regular shoes, what did they look like?
Black polo.
I'm sorry, black polo? Are they in your suitcase also? Are they in your room or in your house?
No, I think they're
In your
no,
room?
no, no, in the car. Well, can I talk to my mom?
Oh, they just talked to you. What's her name? You don't know it? I can figure out what her number is.
David doesn't show an iota of emotion during this entire conversation, much like a sociopath. Even while confessing to murdering 2 people, he can only act like he's choking on tears, as all of the remorse he shows is animated. But there is one more question left in this interview. Why would a man devoid of any emotions even want to confess in the first place? Luckily, David answers this for us, and it is nothing short of pure hypocrisy.
I'm just curious, what made you decide to tell us the truth this morning?
I'm a pretty honest man. I don't like to lie.
On that note, I have to ask you to swear to your statement. Is everything you told me today the truth?
Besides what I lied to you about.
Yes, sir. You understand that if you swear to the statement, that's not true, and we've already confirmed the information that you said wasn't true, the omissions and that. Is everything you told me today the truth? Up to the point that, that we discovered the truth. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to end your statement.
During his trial, the district attorney in her closing argument claimed that the evidence showed the murder was premeditated. This included a recording of the 911 call where the victims begged for their lives, David buying a gun suppressor just a day before, and finally his confession during the interview. But there was even more damning evidence after David's interview concluded. One of his new lovers admitted that he often expressed his desire to kill Jennifer and Bo, and just 2 hours after the murder, even had intercourse with her. However, David's defense claimed the evidence did not show his intention and that this could be chalked down to self-defense. Fortunately, these pleas for self-defense were completely ignored due to a lack of evidence. In record time, specifically under an hour, the jury agreed that David Carrillo was responsible for the murder of Jennifer Cruz and Albert Bo Martinez. Consequently, David was sentenced to life in prison without parole for double murder in 2018. Unfortunately, the ones to ultimately suffer the most here were the children. As Jennifer's mother explains in this statement, ever since the murder, Jennifer's children have never been as happy as they were before. Even through their life's biggest moments, they are left missing the presence of their parents.